non-starters. Number 12, P.J. Grenner. Number 34, Nick Neidlinger. Number 44, Jeremy Wren. Number 50, Byron Paulstich. Number 52, Ryan Welch. And number 54, Dwayne Schaefer. And now the Pilgrims starting lineup. Number 10, Jason Wren. Number 20, Jared Wendell. Number 24, Chad Clinton. Number 30, Randy Davis. And number 40, Jacob Palmer. And the Pilgrims are coached by Mr. Jeff Edison. And now, let's give it up for your Saints.
246. Kowalski, 178. Macellari, a junior, with 201 points. Here we go, tip off, and it's going to be controlled by St. Joe. They'll go right to left on the radio dial. Davis on the floor already, almost got the ball on a steal, and over, in fact, will be called here on St. Joe.
First turnover, St. Joe Indians.
So it'll be Plymouth basketball, and they'll come to the near side. We're up here on the south balcony of St. Joe High School. Randy Davis with the basketball. The Wrens around to the right side. It's Wendell. Wendell back to the top. Palmer down to the near wing, taken by Clinton. To Davis. Shot fake. Tries to dribble penetrate. Kicked it out to an open Clinton on the wing. Off the rim. No good. Big rebound, Palmer. Reverse layup. Score! Jacob Palmer came in averaging 7 a game. Scores his 120th point of the season.
They sure made that look easy. Easy rebound and easy finish.
2-0 in favor of the Pilgrims here in the early seconds of this contest. Macellari is on the post up here. He's tried to kick it out. It's in and out of the hands of McMahon, but now he's going to skip pass, and it's caught up top by Amodai. Worked into the hands of Marcus Johnson. Johnson throws up a wild shot from the low block. No good. Rebound, put it back, and he draws the foul.
Interesting concept here by St. Joe. They've really spread us out. They know we like to play up high and close. So they are spreading us out as far as you can spread.
Minute gone by, 2-0 in favor of Plymouth. And to the free throw line on the shooting foul is Marcus Johnson, the 6'1 junior. 73 field goals on the season for this young man, and the junior hits his first. Johnson has had 155 shot attempts this season, so he's right at 47%, and he makes both free throws here. So we're tied up at 2, a minute gone by. Here's Plymouth with the basketball. It'll be Randy Davis over to Palmer on the left angle high, right back in the reverse to Randy. He takes the right baseline. He's going to get shut down. Finds on a post-up Palmer. He's trying to get around Macellari. Hands off window. He'll kick it out to the wing. Clinton. Shot fake 3. Back right on the rims. Now to Davis. Davis trying to use the screen. Now we'll get a stutter step right baseline drive and gets hammered on his way to the bucket, and that's going to be foul. Antonia Amodai.
Going to the free throw line that we've seen many times, Randy Davis. Randy had a great free throw shooting contest against Warsaw, but game earlier struggled a little bit.
Randy Davis has the basketball as Coach Kurowski is vying for a carry on Randy Davis, who goes to the free throw line and knocks down the first one here. Randy came in 70% from the line. Larry, you remember in about maybe the first 10 games of the season, Randy was right at 50%.
Right.
Free throw up, good. He's a little better than 50%, but the fact of the matter is his free throw shooting has improved so much. He's now made it 4-2 on those 2 freebies. With the basketball, it's Marcus Johnson. He'll go off to the near wing, handled there by Amodai. Now to Macellari, turning, leans into a shot, scored, and drew the foul.
Jason Wren just picked up his second.
Coach Edison up and wants to hear what that foul's about. Go here and miss it. Nope, it went in. Talk about your home roll. 5-4 St. Joe. Here's Randy Davis with the right baseline drive. Kicked it out to the wing, Renz. Renz, nice shot fake. Now to the free throw line, Palmer. He steps in, layup, score!
Jacob Palmer now with 4 of the 6.
6-5 now the score with 2 minutes gone by in the first. Kowalski again barking at the officials, saying Randy pushed off on his drive. Here's a steal by Palmer. Highway robbery committed. loaded from midcourt. Shot fake, missed it. Got it back, missed it again. And a rebound taken by St. Joe. Johnson tries a spin move. That should have been a walk. Was not. Wren's grabbed the miss anyhow. Here comes Davis the other way. We'll run with you, says Randy, and he draws the foul out high before the shot.
On the out-of-bounds side. It's too bad that they didn't see Marciarelli because he ran the floor for a big guy, and he was on that weak side there. But didn't see him on the fast break.
Well, that was all Johnson wanting to
do it himself. Yeah, you're right. He's exactly right.
Ryan Richter will check into the game. So will San Francisco, the other two normal starters. So now they got the original starting five out. On the skip, off the inbounds play, taken there by Randy. Now to Palmer on the low block. Mazzolari's got him. To Clinton, and the pass was over his head. And Clinton saying, let me post up first before you give it to me.
One turnover each team.
So St. Joe will inbound, and now they'll bring it up the court. It'll be Marcus Johnson averaging 14 a game. Good jumper, likes to drive. This kid's just an all-around good athlete for St. Joe. San Francisco, the 6'3 junior. Will kick it up to Mazzolari. Worked around by Pawlowski. Pawlowski, with his first touch of the game, worked around to Richter. Richter, who's a lefty, stopped by Davis, who deflected his pass. Renz gets it. Renz running the court. Renz goes in. Blocked. Out of bounds by Richter, and that's no foul either.
So the second turnover at St. Joe. We tried to convert, couldn't, and now Jason will have the inbounds pass.
It's off to the right of the basket here. And the inbound will be taken by Wendell. Jared at the low block, and the Renz turn, shot fake, got the break and scored. He got St. Joe to pull on that shot fake, and then he just took it up strong, and for the jumper makes it 8-5 Plymouth. Johnson with the basketball for the Indians. To the right side, Fonzik. Fonzik on the high side, down to Mazzolari. Mazzolari gets it back to Fonzik, dribbles in, finds his cutter. Johnson layup, scoring the foul.
Jason Renz just picked up his third, and that is really unusual. 3 fouls Jason Renz in the first quarter, and that was a disadvantage of leaving him out there with 2, but coach thought he could handle it. Really play basketball. I don't know where he was last year, but he's here this year.
If any of the 3 fouls for Jason, one of them, maybe one of them. If not, he should be still playing right now.
RD 3.
As Davis knocks down the 3 in the corner, making it 11-8.
There we go. Randy Davis shooting well again in this game. That could take us a long way.
Pawlowski down to Mazzolari. Double team, kicked out to Pawlowski again. Pawlowski trying to find his cutter. Great defense by Wendell. The ball gets knocked out of bounds by Jared. Nice read by Wendell there. 4:11 left to go here in the first. Inbound St. Joe. It'll be Marcus Johnson to do so. He's near the corner.
Watch for the kickback to Johnson.
And it's into the hands of Richter. We stopped that play from happening. Richter gets it out of Pawlowski. Pawlowski, a great outside shooter, trying to get help to hand it off to Johnson. Marcus averaging 14 a game for the Indians. Marked up high by Wendell. Got it to the right wing. A 3 on the way by Richter. No good. And the rebound. That was not Richter. That was Franzik missing the 3. Randy up the court in a hurry. And he's going to draw the foul on Pawlowski, who didn't get set. Randy came right at him. Pawlowski was not ready.
Yeah, Randy wanted that foul. And what he did, after he beat him, he just leaned into him a little bit so it looked like an angle foul, sort of a charge, and got the call.
Inbound, false stitch left to the basket. Byron looking, caught out high by Clinton. 3:45 to go in the first.
Randy really focused this afternoon about just taking control.
Oh, again, you wonder if it's because it's the day game. Clinton takes his man one-on-one, layup, scores, and draws the foul.
Chad Clinton, another layup. Other than Randy's 3, everything we've done has been layups.
Chad saw the one-on-one opportunity, and he took it. 13-8 in favor of the good guys. With 3:37 remaining here in the first. And Kowalski now talking to that one official he's been trying to work on since the start of the game. So Clinton at the free throw line, where he comes in, tops on the team at 83%. He's 44-53. And that free throw is out. Mazzolari with the rebound fell down, but got it off to Richter, and now it's into the hands of Jordan Alvarado, the 5'11 junior. He's the first one off the bench in the sub category. And now he's going to keep the ball with a right-hand dribble. Picked up his dribble now. Not a Macellari out high, and Clinton called for the low body defense.
Chad Clinton picks up his first. And every foul has been called has been on the person guarding Macellari, as they are really watching him close, the officials. Byron Falso is trying to post him on the post defense right now. Now Palmer has him.
Johnson with the basketball at the top of the key, however. Marked up by Randy Davis. Kicked it to the wing, Alvarado. Now in the post up, Richter gets around Palmer for the layup.
Man, I don't see anybody go around Palmer.
13-10 now. Plymouth leads by 3 with 3 minutes left to go in the first. Clinton with the basketball, now to Wendell. Ballstitch trying to get open in between the blocks, but now since the play's at the top, we'll get a new play call. Randy with it on the left angle, high out of Byron, who pops out to Wendell. To the far side, Clinton. Now to Randy. Randy shot fake in the corner, and now back out to Clinton. Good defense for Alvarado. Clinton tries to hop through it. The ball deflected. Back to Palmer. Palmer, baseline kick up to Randy Davis. Good job by Randy coming to the pass. Then Randy's pass deflected. Falstich bails him out. Falstich put the ball down. Now he needs to find somebody. There's Clinton on the far wing. Top of the key, Randy.
Held to Skelter right now.
Randy can't find his cutter. Now Wendell with it. Wendell can't go inside. Wendell still looking, still looking. Palmer flashes open at the left elbow, but the pass not there. Now to Randy at the top of the key. Randy stopped faked on a 3. To Falstich, to Wendell, to Clinton. A good defense here by St. Joe. Now to Palmer in the middle. Palmer kicks it to the wing. Wendell wants the 3. Too hard. And the rebound. Battled for, and then over the out of bounds.
Now there, Coach Korowski could say something as we were over the back, but instead it's going to be a timeout. Plymouth ball after the timeout.
And Coach Richter and Richter, the player.
Yeah, the player.
2 minutes even left to go in the first period. Inbound, Falstich finds Wendell at the top of the key. Over to the far side, Davis. Randy looking, still looking, still looking, and he finds Clinton in the corner. In the far corner, Chad will bring it back out. 2-3 shown here by St. Joe defensively. Alvarado almost got a pick. Davis to Falstich. Worked around the window, left angle high. Now to Davis. Randy looking, he wants the 3. Off the rim, no good. And the rebound to Richter. Richter on the runs, got an opening. Kicked it back out to Macellari, the trailer. Looks like he might get away with a walk there. Johnson in the right corner, snapped it into Macellari. Deflected out of bounds by Palmer's defense.
And actually a very entertaining game so far. 10-13 to score. Plymouth on top, 1:21 left in the first, but St. Joe giving them a battle.
Richter inbounds, caught by Franzik. Franzik picks up his dribble now with Davis all over him. Now into Richter's hands. Trying to spin away from Wendell. Gets back to the top over to Johnson.
This is where they do the best, when Johnson's got the ball on top.
Right now he's trying to pull Clinton out, but Clinton ain't biting. Now Johnson takes him one-on-one. Step through, Palmer gets called for a reach-in. Looks like he got ball on that one.
He did get ball on that one, but he forces the action. See, that's what a good point guard can do, and that's what
gets ball on him. If you can't see the actual contact, then don't call it. Traveling is Franzik. He tried to do a little curl to the low block and got caught with a walk.
Nice defense by Palmer, just lower bodying him, so he lost his balance. Still 10-13, 57 seconds left in the quarter.
57 seconds remaining here. ND, Clinton to Davis. Now to Palmer. Wendell looking. Wendell, pocket pick by Johnson. He's got a breakaway layup. Score!
And the foul.
And the foul.
Johnson, man, he did not score against us last year.
I think he was injured.
Only a junior. Okay, maybe that was what.
Seconds left to go here in the first. 13-13. It's been a fun game to watch so far. Falstich, now to Clinton, who pops out. 30 seconds. Now to, at the elbow, Falstich fumbling the ball and lost it. And Johnson will have the basketball for St. Joe, who will work for the final shot. Johnson. Guarded up by Randy, 12 seconds. Johnson to Richter, 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Francis almost had his pocket picked by Clinton. Falstich almost got a steal. Oh, and he called a foul on Falstich.
And that will be shooting, 7 foul.
That is a late call to begin with. Second of all, looked like Byron got ball. He's 75% on the season, and it's 14-13 St. Joe game for the Indians. 181 career points, make that 183. 15-13, here's a long lead. Davis, great catch at the hole, and scores! Unbelievable, and he's fouled at the buzzer! Davis not only scores, but he gets fouled!
Yeah, Randy Davis trying to win this one on his own right now, let me tell you. Officials not on our side right now, but Randy still puts us out in front here if he hits this free throw.
We had 4 seconds to get down the court, and we did it, and Randy completes the three-point play. First of all, he had to catch the ball over 2 players, and then they just let him go for the layup at the buzzer. 16-15. How about that for momentum change when Davis ends the first quarter with a buzzer-beating layup and drew the foul for a 3-point play. Plymouth has a 1-point lead to start the second, Larry.
Well, great shooting from the line for St. Joe. 7 for 7 from the free throw line has kept them in this game. Both teams shooting around 50%. Plymouth 1 for 4 from three-point land for 25%. So that's why we can't separate. Our lead is, again, only 1 for 4 from three-point land. 2 turnovers for Plymouth, 5 for St. Joe.
There's a pick-off by Richter, and
3 turnovers.
Threw it away. That's his second turnover of the game. So it's a 1-point lead Plymouth for now. Alvarado tries to drive in, dumped it off, stolen by Palmer, who read it. And then Richter stole it back and punched it out of bounds.
They teach you that in 8th grade, Tony. If you go up in the air, you got to have a purpose. You got up in the air, got caught, tried to make the pass underneath. Palmer read it perfect.
Clinton with the basketball, and 7:23 to go here in the second. 1-point lead here for Plymouth at 16-15. Davis to Palmer, over to Falstich on the left angle. Top of the key will be Wendell. Now around to Randy. Randy avoids the trap out high, gets to Palmer. Now to Falstich. He'll get it over to Clinton left side. Can't take the one-on-one. Back out. Falstich at the point. Now to the far angle high. This is Clinton. Nothing inside. Now to Palmer again. Flashing through the middle is Randy. Shot fake. Finds his cutter. Wendell lost the ball. Got it back. Neat play by Jared. Good job by St. Joe collapsing on Jared. Here's Randy kicking to the wing. Palmer shot fake. Baseline drive. Kicked it out to the wing. Falstich. Good again. Still 2-3, there's the flasher in, and now Clinton for 3. Off the rim, no good. Palmer with the flasher through the middle, and Clinton hit the rim, and that was it. Back the other way comes St. Joe.
Victor with a great rebound, now trying to post up.
Macellari posts up, gets by 1-2, and draws the foul.
And that could be 3 on Clinton. We just aren't spreading the fouls around tonight.
It is.
Chad Clinton has 3, now Jason Renz has 3 with 6-12, I believe, 6-18. There's a couple lights out in these. He gets banged around, and you go up there, and you're weak in the knees, and boom, he hits that one as well.
That gives his Indian team a 17-16 lead over the Pilgrims.
Dick Nininger put it into a very important part, almost threw it away.
Here's Randy Davis trying to go right baseline, kick it to the wing. Wendell wants the 3. Got it!
There we go.
That's a good equalizer as Wendell hits his 15th 3 of the season.
This team does not panic. They just, a couple bad things go against them, they're okay.
19-17 Plymouth. Johnson with the basketball. Worked over to Alvarado. Richter trying to post up. Wendell, good low body D. Alvarado now will cross over, get by Niglinger. Down to the left side. I'll try to get his name right. Mazzarelli.
Got it in low. Look out.
Down to Mazzarelli again. Now left wing side. There's a 3 on the way. Good by John Fonsick.
Great inside-out basketball by St. Joe.
Wendell. It's 20-19 on that 3 by Fonsick. Wendell. Fouled by Richter out high. Stops the clock at 5:27.
That's their 16th foul, so we are still not shooting.
Inbound Palmer. Randy will have it. Plymouth on the right side of the court on your radio dial. Ooh, Randy lost the ball a little bit. Gets it back, tries to avoid a trap, step through. Got it off the Falstich. Now back to Randy. Randy in trouble. Now gets help, gets it off to Niglinger. Back to Randy. Randy to the right elbow, had his shot. Foul by Johnson.
Marcus picks up his first. Randy will go line to shoot 2, where he has really got it going tonight. He's 3 for 3 from the line.
A lot of huffing and puffing going on down there, Larry. These boys are playing hard today, this first half.
Congratulations while he's shooting the free throws there to our JV as they win again, 45-38.
Randy's free throw is up and hits the rim twice and stays out. Randy with a look of disgust.
That pushes their record to 16-1 for the junior varsity.
Randy's had a game-high 24 points twice this season. Second free throw, good.
9 points in this one.
Both of them back-to-back games, Goshen and Warsaw.
Tied at 20.
5:05 left to go in the second. It'll be Alvarado with the basketball. Threw it off his teammate's leg, and that
was a kick by Nylander.
Did Nylander get it? Looked like that went off the foot of Bobby McClintock. But Nick, good defense. Alvarado will inbound right in front of the Plymouth bench on the left side of the scorer's table, courtside. And Alvarado just gets it into the big man Masalari.
Yeah, he beat Nylander.
Alvarado and boy,
how could he miss that?
He missed it indeed. So Nylander now will bring the ball up the court. Over to Randy. Randy Davis tied up at 20. Now to Nylander with the basketball. Back to Randy. Randy looking. Ball stitch. Will now find Palmer at the elbow. Now to ball stitch for three. Shorts that one. Johnson a rebound. He's on the run. Johnson lost the ball. Stepped on the ball. Loose ball. Nylander got it out to Palmer. Outlets Randy. 1 against 3. Now 2 against 3. Randy says, I want the 3. Hits the rim. No. Got his own board and scores! Talk about no quit. Missed the 3, fouled his shot, and makes it 22-20 Plymouth. Johnson a spin move layup. No bucket.
On the ground.
And he was fouled.
But it'll still be 1-1.
I tell you, that spin move by Johnson, Larry, is very borderline travel. I mean, very borderline.
Fouls on Nick Nylander, who's first
in the pregame as the free throw's up and good. He's taking free throw, and Johnson hits that one. That ties her back up at 22-all. Plymouth up the court in a hurry. Randy Davis will take the near side. Back to the top, Palmer around to Nylinger. Nylinger pulls out, waits for false stitch. There he is at the top. Now to Davis. Now to Palmer in a low block. Forced out a little bit. Palmer stays with it. Skipped it over to Wendell far wing. Shot fake 3. Wendell back up to the top, to the right elbow. False stitch to the corner. Nylinger a 3. And Nick hits the rim. A rebound. Oh, great steal. Wendell scores! And draws the foul.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that.
Great offensive point by Jared Wendell. And Plymouth leads 24-22. And Jared will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, the rebound was already captured by Jakovic, and he took his hand up between his hands and knocked the ball loose and then scored.
Free throw missed by Jack. Tipped out by Falstitch, alive to Plymouth. Palmer denied the baseline, tried to find his cutter. Falstitch saved it around Nylinger, over to Randy, and he walked.
Wow, tough call there.
Now that's a little bit of Coach Kurowski right there.
He barks and barks and barks.
He's going to get one sooner or later. 24-22 Plymouth, and off the turnover, St. Joe ball. It's going to be Johnson, marked up by Randy. He's picked off of it, picked up by Palmer defensively. Worked into McClintock, down low, and Mozzarella scores and draws the foul.
Oh yeah, you just call an instinct foul. Just like Tony said earlier, Randy Davis, that ball was already in the hole, and Randy kind of went over there, and they called an instinct foul.
Up, and that's good. St. Joe 25, Plymouth 24. 3:25 to go here in the second. Randy Davis with the basketball. Looking for some help, gets it out to Nylinger, around to Palmer. Right back to Randy. Right angle. Down in the corner, Wendell. Here comes another 3. Jared hits the rim, and the rebound taken by Masalari. And now it's into the hands of Riley Jakowiak. Now to Johnson to the near corner. 3 on the way. Posty hits his first.
Wow, catch and shoot.
It's hot.
That's a catch and shoot. That's hard to do.
28-24 now, St. Joe. Balowski, the best three-point shooter on his team, came in with 45 on the season. And that kid gets hot. It's going to be a rough day. Wendell, the Palmer in the low block. Skipped it, just got it over to Randy. Randy sees the baseline, kicked it to the wing. Wendell back out, Nylinger. Here comes his 3. Good! So Nick Nylinger answers right back with a 3-point shot. That's his second of the season. Plymouth up by 1, 28-27. Johnson with the basketball right near the timeline. Crossover on Davis. Johnson drives. That's offensive foul. Nope, they call it a blocking foul.
And I think that basket went in, Tony.
It did.
So they're going to count that basket.
So Johnson scores, makes it 30-27 now in favor of St. Joe.
Byron got there, but I guess they thought he got there a little late.
Johnson's free throw, missed it, loose ball. Falstich had it, loose on the ground. Falstich grabbed it back. And they'll kick it out the window, and here we go. 3-point lead for St. Joe. Davis with the basketball, now over to Palmer. Far wing Neidlinger to Wendell. Wendell to the corner, Randy. Randy looking to the corner. Neidlinger shot fake three. Dribbles into the corner. Wendell layup, got it.
Nice cut by Jared, nice pass by Nick.
Plymouth trails by one now, 30-29 with a minute 42 left to go here in the second. Johnson with the basketball. Nice kick to Masalari for two. He penetrated inside, and Masalari left all alone because his man went to go cover Johnson. 32-29. Here's Falstich at the elbow. Back out Randy. Now to Falstich. Now over to Wendell. Shot fake a three. Wendell can't penetrate the middle. Finds the flasher. That's Falstich. Now in the low block. Palmer kicked it out. Randy. Down to a minute. Randy off balance shot bank. Shot no good. Masalari a rebound. And his pass is going to be out of bounds off Johnson. And then Johnson goes in way hard into the bleachers, and I hope he's all right.
Not a lot of room here on the sidelines.
He is.
But he's okay. Turnover St. Joe.
I mean, he caught where the bleachers and the stairs meet. But he's okay.
Yeah,
so turnover St. Joe.
It'll be sore in the morning.
Neidlinger with the basketball. To Wendell to Neidlinger at the top. Down to 51 seconds to go in the second quarter. Plymouth trailing here by three. Wendell to Neidlinger on the block. Palmer. Kick it to the wing, stolen away. McClintock picked it off. We got to be a little bit more sharper second half with our passing. I think we're just not judging just how long and lanky these St. Joe athletes are, because we could have very easily had a few more intercepted but haven't. Johnson with the basketball, 24 seconds. Down to McClintock. Falstich got his hand in, saves it, steals it back, and then the ball deflected out of bounds. Nice touch by Richter. But Plymouth will have the possession with 19 seconds left.
Nice steal there, or at least deflection by Byron to give us the ball. And now, let's see if we can make something happen with 19.1.
Palmer will inbound and give it off to Nick Neidlinger. Big situation here for Nick, huh?
He's playing the point here because they're trying to set Randy up for this shot, I would think.
10 seconds, Palmer. Window, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, Falstich, 7 seconds, Randy. Right wing, a three. Got it! 2 seconds, one. And a half-court shot by Johnson off the mark.
Tie ball game.
And we are tied up at 32. Randy Davis with another buzzer beater sends us into our Country Auto Center halftime show, tied at 32. Yeah, I guess I don't mind this, to be honest with you. I mean, they are capable, to say the least, but we'll see how they adjust here to start this third quarter. St. Joe will be going left to right now on your radio dial, as popping out early is Franczyk. Franczyk got it up by Wendell, inlet to Masalari. He's in trouble, got the kick out to Johnson. He penetrates the lane, missed it. Rebound Palmer, and now Davis will push it up the court.
He got to the hole with the penetration, but he missed the shot.
Left side Neidlinger. We got to make him pay now. Tied up at 32, and Falstich threw it away again. Johnson winds up with it, and then Falstich got his hand in the passing lane and knocked it out of bounds. So good recovery by Byron. Yeah. Byron and Neidlinger are going to take a seat now as Chad Clinton comes in, and so does Jason Renz. Richter will inbound right in front of the St. Joe bench. Off to the right. This pass barely caught by Franczyk. Franczyk started up by Davis. Kicked it off. Here's Pawlowski. Pawlowski can't shoot his three, so he gives it to Masalari. dribbles in, pass, kicked. It deflected off of Franzik, but he saves it before it goes out of bounds to Richter. Right baseline drive to Masalari. Kick to an open Pawlowski 3.
Man, he does not miss.
He doesn't. He really doesn't.
50% is really good from three-point land.
35-32 St. Joe. Clinton with the basketball. 2-3 zone shown by St. Joe. Randy what's the three. Off the rim. Rebound Wendell. And he's fouled by Richter. So Richter picks up the foul, stopping the clock a minute into this third quarter. 35-32. Favor of Plymouth. Far make that St. Joe.
A great offensive rebound, and good things happen when you get an offensive rebound, and now we have the ball out of bounds.
Renz will inbound left to the basket. Now in the window. He'll pull it out. Jacob Palmer with it. He picks up his dribble. Just got the inlet to Randy. He's going to have to pull it out. Now over to Chad. To Randy. Randy looking. Now left side. Jason. Now to Clinton. Left side Wendell. Wendell. Pass fake. Pass fake. Still another pass fake. He now gets it to the high block. Nice low block lead to Palmer, and he's blocked by Masalari. And now back with it is Johnson. Shut down in the middle this time. Johnson looks to dump it off, and there's the lobby to Masalari. Kicked around. Pawlowski open for three again.
Oh,
that's another.
3 threes, 3 attempts.
38-32 St. Joe. Randy cuts in. Throws it to the top. Caught by Palmer. Now back to Randy, left wing side. Got to weather the storm. Now tie up, but travel off Wendell. Apparently he drug his foot.
Second turnover of the half. Plymouth down 38-32.
Seen a lot cheaper calls.
Yeah. Let go.
Yep. Johnson with the basketball has it. And it's already a 6-point lead for St. Joe. Plymouth is yet to score. Masalari threw an elbow, got away with it. Kicks it up to Pawlowski in the corner. He walks this time. Oh, no. Timeout called by St. Joe. Wow. How'd he get that in? Yeah. Richter will inbound for St. Joe. Masalari has it. And he is going to take on Renz. Spin move. Kicked it out to Richter on the wing. Richter dribbles into the lane. Threw a bullet pass through the hands of Franzik. Turnover St. Joe.
Yeah, we needed that turnover to give us a chance to close this gap.
Chad Clinton will bring it across the timeline.
Same zone that they've been playing the whole game.
2-3. Randy with it now to Chad around the window. Now to Renz. Left elbow jumper. Jason hits. 4-point lead for St. Joe. 38-34 in the Jason Renz jumper. 47% this season is JR. Johnson with the basketball. Marked up by Wendell. Kicked it out to the wing. Pawlowski looking, can't get to Masalari. Pawlowski in a whole bunch of trouble. Should be 5 seconds. It's not called. Franzik almost stolen. And now Wendell undercuts Pawlowski going for the Franzik going for the loose ball. And a foul on Gerald.
First foul of the half against Plymouth goes against Jared Wendell. And that'd be his second.
5:06 to go here in the third. Inbound St. Joe taken by Johnson. This time Randy will mark him up. Johnson, shot fake, will kick it off. Here's a three by Franzik. Good. Wow. From the near corner, St. Joe, they will hit their threes till the cows come home, but they're going to leave them open.
41-34.
The 41% team from outside the arc coming into tonight.
St. Joe on top.
Wendell to Davis. Davis stutter step, kicked it to the wing to Clinton. Good catch. Showing that shortstop ability. Stopped at the right block, kicked around the Renz. Shot fake three again. Jason will skip it around, caught by Chad, right corner. Now at the top, worked around left side. Here comes a baseline drive. Randy floats it up, missed it. Rebound, Chad! Chad tries to go up strong. Bank shot, no good. Masalari rebounds.
Wow, Chad needed that one to drop, and it didn't.
Here's Johnson, one-on-one. Now he's going to have to pull it out as Plymouth got back. Over to Pawlowski. Right back to Johnson. He was open momentarily. And then a foul on Palmer. Jacob apparently didn't get in possession beforehand, but Johnson looked like he walked before that.
Second team foul. You know, Johnson, it's hard to say from up here. It just doesn't look that much quicker than some of the other guards we've seen. He's just, I guess, a better ball handler. He is really getting around our defense.
Pulowski coming off the screen is going to accept the inbound.
Great defense.
And scored by Renz. He's got a breakaway layup, and he will score. Big bucket off the defensive play of Jason Renz.
We got Jason and Chad back out there on the floor, and that's good for us.
41-36. Now let's see if we can get another stop. Johnson, the Magic Man, has the basketball for St. Joe. He's been their go-to guy. Masalari trying to post up against Palmer. Johnson gets it to Pulowski on the post up. Franzik got away with a walk underneath there. Wendell may give him a little nudge, but
hey, Randy,
they're calling those tip-tacks all the night. Here's Johnson with a drive. Floaters up, no good. Rebound, taken by Clinton. Outlets to Jason on the and he tried to find Palmer, who wasn't there. Jacob was not running with it, and Renz dished it off to nobody, and it ends up being a turnover.
Good turnover of the half. And we needed that little bucket.
We needed that one.
It didn't happen, so we got to get back down here and play defense.
Johnson with the basketball again, marked up by Randy, left angle out high. Popping out, handling the ball is Franzik. Down the post on Masalari, and that's going to be a foul on Palmer, who didn't get set. But, you know, Masalari's throwing that elbow, Larry, and he's getting away with it.
I tell you what, you know, if you're a big man, that's what I tell Sam. If you're going to go the hole, go there. If you get a charge, then you got to slow down. But until they call one on you, turn and go, and that's what he's doing. I mean, he is going with 3 barrels. I mean, he's full force, making that official call something.
Johnson inbounds left to the basket, needs to get it in. Barely got it into Masalari, hands it back off to Johnson. Johnson forced down high by Palmer's defense. Now Johnson will just bring it out near the timeline. I mean, he's about 2 inches from it. And now here he comes. Looks at the clock that shows 2:48. Masalari trying to get posted up on Wendell. Here comes Johnson. Penetrates. He's fouled.
Whoa, Palmer cannot believe that call. That's Palmer's third, all 3 in this quarter. And again, Johnson driving. Now Randy, when he guards him, he's really picked it up this quarter. Randy, that's a great matchup for the
second free throw good. 43-36, St. Joe opening up their lead now to 7. Randy to Chad around the window. Back to the top, Chad again. Lob underneath, there's Wendell, great catch. He's in trouble, tried to kick it out, got deflected, and stolen away.
Yeah, probably worked great against LaVille, but then when you have a big 6'6" guy in there, it's a different ball game.
Well, we had the catch, it's just that when Wendell came down, he was too far underneath the basket.
Right.
Otherwise, we probably get 2 out of that. Johnson dumped it to Masalari. That's an offensive foul, no call. And then Masalari finally gets called for the steal attempt, and now he's crying about it, but son, he just went in there and grabbed the arm.
He is an emotional young man. He plays on that level of emotion that some players play good with. Now, Jack does not like to see his kids. He likes to see them down at an even keel. But some people play well off of emotion as long as it doesn't go over the edge.
Clinton will bring the ball across the timeline. Plymouth trailing 43-36. Plenty of time left in this game, but right now under 2 minutes in the third. Wendell on the left corner to the top, Renz. Now to Randy. Randy will get it to Wendell left side. Now to Randy again at the top. Randy will go into the post-up. That is Renz back out to Randy. In the corner, Wendell for 3. He knocks it down. 43-39 with a minute and a half to go in the third. A big 3 right there.
Great ball movement inside the Renz and then back out 2 passes for the corner 3.
Johnson takes his time bringing the ball across the timeline. Randy's going to put a little pressure on him. Still no count yet. Now there is. Down to the corner. Richter down low to Masalari. Skips to the wing. A 3 by Franzik. No good. Rebound all alone. Palmer. And now it's on to Jared Wendell's hands, and they'll give it to Randy with a minute 4 and counting to go in the third. 43-39, a 4-point difference here in this one. There's a kick to Chad. Chad's pass is deflected by Richter out of bounds. Inbound Plymouth coming up along the baseline near the far corner. Back into the game for St. Joe will be the long-armed Bobby McClintock, the 6'5 junior. He gave us some fits defensively in that second quarter. Good turn to try to deny anything on an inbounds play here, using their size at the advantage. So we'll kick it out to the corner off the inbound. Palmer. Now to Clinton. Clinton looking for Palmer. He reversed it back to Randy. Top of the key, Clinton. His pass fake goes into the middle. Renz lost the ball but got it back. Good ball handling there by Renz. Then he threw it away.
Boy, Jason. I like Jason. 5 turnovers in this quarter for Plymouth.
Well, that's twice that Jaybird and
one of his teammates
just have not been on the same page.
Exactly.
So now St. Joe will have a chance to open up this lead. 43-39. 30 seconds to go. Johnson one-on-one with Renz. Tell you what, JR's got quick hands himself. That should have been over and back. Nope, it's 5 seconds. So Johnson will cough up the ball in 5-second call. Jason Renz got the ball back.
Yeah, he thought he had enough gap there, and the official was still counting. That's why you got to glance at that official to see if his arm's counting.
So here we go. 22.7 seconds left to go in the third. Chad will call the play, and now he's going to take on Alvarado, who's in defensively for St. Joe. Clinton will take it to the right side. Needs help. Needs some help. There's Palmer. 11 seconds, 10 seconds. Plymouth with the basketball. Now to Window. Just got the pass off. And now a reach-in foul by Alvarado. Stops the clock at 6.8 seconds. And Plymouth will still have possession and inbound.
What they run here now, that's only the third team foul for St. Joe.
Jack gets the play call to the boys. Palmer will be inbounding right in front of the Plymouth bench off to the left of the scores table. Here we go. Palmer will get it to Chad. 5 seconds. Chad, right side underneath the Window. Force pass to Renz. He's got it back. He scores! With 1 second left. How about that? And Plymouth will trail by 2 going into the third quarter. This team's amazing. When along with Wendy Jennings, Ray Fostich, Tony Ross, we're here at the balcony. Plymouth has just got another buzzer-beating bucket to pull within 2 as we begin the fourth quarter. Plymouth with the basketball and a chance for the tie. Davis will give it to Clinton. Out a Window on the left wing side. Window looking. He'll get it to the top. Clinton quickly around the Randy right wing. Randy still outside the perimeter. Back around the Clinton on the left side. Chad, now to Renz.
Great patience by Plymouth here, understanding the importance of each possession in this fourth quarter.
Top of the key, Clinton again. We'll be giving away Bruno's Pizzas this fourth quarter, so stay tuned. Palmer throws it away. Tried to find Jason. Jason wasn't there.
Plymouth with 11 turnovers, that makes 12.
I just have not seen 3 passing errors in a game like this by...
And then St. Joe is 5 of 8 from three-point land. That's 63%, 55% from the floor, 93% from the line. So they're just having an outstanding game as well.
So the defense of Plymouth has to play hard. Johnson dumped it off underneath. Kicked back up in McClintock. Pulaski's 3 is short. And rebound Davis. Finally, Pulaski missed the long ball.
Yeah, he really rushed that one. I didn't think he had to go quite that quick.
Randy sees it opening with a layup. Scores! How did he do that?
Randy Davis.
Tie up at 43. Wow!
Not supposed to be able to do that against his zone, but he did.
Down the post up, Masalari. Palmer's got him way out in no man's land. Kick to the wing, Pulaski. He dribbles in, and that's going to be, a tug on the shirt by Window, apparently, stopping the clock.
Jared's third. I was just going to say they hadn't called too many fouls, ticky-tack fouls this half, and then there's one there. That was just a tug on the shirt as he made his move.
So tied up at 43 all. It'll be an inbound for St. Joe right to the basket. 5 team fouls for Plymouth, 3 for St. Joe if you're keeping track.
4 of our starters have 3 fouls, so we need to keep it at 3.
Here we go at the inbound. Johnson threw it away. Clinton picks it off. Johnson was leaning forward and threw himself off balance, and he forced himself to make a bad pass. Boy, that's just bad. That's just bad. That's all that is. Palmer at the left elbow, denied any kind of passing for now until he finds Renz. Good pass fakes by JR, finding Clinton on the left wing outside the perimeter. Skip pass back to JR on the right wing. Renzi looking. Renz, nice pass fake, top of the key. Here slicing through is Davis. Nice bounce pass, Palmer. Blocked from behind. Nope. Over the back foul called to McClintock.
Well, the main thing is Randy's now be able to get penetration himself against their 2-3. As again, he was clear into the inside of the foul lane, and the defense had to commit to him, and that gave Palmer wide open.
6:08, I believe. Part of my clock where we got to look at is out. 6:09.
Plymouth's going to go back on top here as soon as we hit this free throw.
We'll miss the first one, though. Way to go, Larry. Tied up at 43 all.
Jacob with 4 points on the night.
Larry, I'm going to give you a second chance here.
3 bounces, set on its way, and bounces hard off.
Tipped off by Renz, and we'll do it again. Randy Davis dribbles into the lane, dumped it on Palmer, but he's going to have to kick it out to the wing window. Much better ball movement in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Randy's really getting in the lane. Let's see if he'll do it again.
Under 6 minutes to go here. 43 all. Randy able to get over to Renz. Now to Randy. Top of the key. Nothing happening right now to Wendell. Now to Randy. To Clinton in the paint. Back to the lead. Wendell for 2. What a pass by Clinton. 5.5 left to go in the game. 2-point lead, Plymouth, 45-43. Johnson one-on-one. Now he's going to pull it out. Renz will now mark him defensively. Johnson says, all right, let's call the open play.
Yeah, they're going to try to spread it out, give him room to penetrate.
There he goes in the lane. That's a whoop for Pete's sake. He took 2.5 NBA foot. Messalari's rebound, but no shot. Messalari's offensive foul.
Wow, that's a tough call there.
Messalari called for the offensive foul.
Messalari, a power rebound over the back. No call on the over the back. And then after he got it, he put it up, and they called the foul then. That's his third. And a couple breaks now going Plymouth's way.
5:15 to go here in the game. 45-43, Plymouth with a chance to up their ante here. Chad Clinton has the basketball. Davis to Chad. Down a window back to Chad. To Renz left elbow. Down to Palmer. To Randy left wing into the corner window for 3. Off the rim. Rebound taken by Richter. Richter is not a dribbler. We'll get it off to Johnson, and now he'll bring it across the timeline. Johnson marked up by Randy Davis at the top.
I think Joe really has slowed down their offense, and I'm not sure that's the best thing for them.
Kowalski will bring the ball to the top of the key for the Indians on the post up at the right elbow. Richter lowered the shoulder, blocking foul on Renz. That's 4.
4 on Jason Renz.
You know, I don't know what to say about that call.
Well, again, it's just one of those nights. Don't call anything, but you don't call it on Jason. There was no way he interfered with the offensive players at all.
Richter with the ball.
That could be a 5 count. He's in trouble. Nope.
Messalari gets the basketball in between the blocks, forced up the shot, scores. Nope, he was fouled on the floor. No foul.
That is a horrible call. Wow. That is a horrible call, but the foul is going to be on Plymouth, but that was all in the act of motion. And a break for us, really. And the coach is saying, Coach Edison is saying the rule of verticality, everyone on Plymouth was vertical straight up, and he created the contact and got the foul. And you see that happen a lot, but that's the best way to play defense.
So Messalari will go to the free throw line. That's 4 now on Chad Clinton.
See how good a shape he's in now. He's a little winded. He's worked hard here this whole game. You see if he can hit these.
Came in 64% from the line this season.
Man, he is on fire. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for 7 for this young man.
And Messalari will get another chance. Here is the free throw. It is up, and that one rolls in to tie it up at 45.
Even gets the roll.
All right, kids, we got 4:18 left in this one. Don't go away. 45 all. Randy Davis into the right corner. Skip past, caught Renz as he leaped in the air. Renz will bring it out to Chad Clinton, who's got 4 fouls. On a reverse to Wendell, left wing, back top to Clinton again. Now to Davis. Top of the key, Wendell. Reversed it back to Randy. Randy wants to kick it in from the left elbow. Onto the wing, Wendell, right corner, Clinton. Clinton with a shot fake, pulls it back out. Tied up at 45 all. Davis to Clinton.
The flash and Renz into the middle. I'd rather see him clear. Let's see if Randy can take one-on-one.
Renz, Palmer, bad pass, and it was off the knee of Messalari, and that's going to be a kick, stopping the clock. The 3:32 and Plymouth 11 inbound right of the basket. JR will do the honors. Gets it to Palmer around the Chad. Clinton will get it over to Randy. Randy Davis in the corner. They're looking to trap, but they don't do it. Now Wendell around the far corner this time. The Wrens. Reversed it to Randy in the corner. Randy one-on-one. That's the matchup we want. Kicked off to the right corner. They left Clinton open for three. Chad missed it. Nice offensive board by Wendell to keep it alive, and Plymouth with another life. Clinton sees it opening in the lane. He got fouled on the way to the bucket.
Lucky break for Plymouth as Chad moved both feet there on that start of that move. But he gets the foul call, and he will not go to the line because that's only their sixth that's out of bounds, Plymouth.
Time now to give away a Bruno's Pizza, and we'll give it away to caller number 10 at 936-4096. It's a 14-inch one-topping pizza from our great friends at Bruno's Pizza. That's caller number 10 at 936-4096. Clinton with the basketball over to Randy. Randy in the left angle high, looking. Now to CC. Right back to the top to Randy again. Davis to Wendell. Now to Clinton. Around to Randy again on the right perimeter. Looking. Now being forced. Avoids the trap with a bounce pass to Renz. Left side. Clinton. Shot fake three. Dribbled in. Picked it back out. Worked over to Randy one more time. Now to Wendell. Wendell with the basketball. Back to Randy. Left side Renz. 2.5 to go now in the game. 45 all. Davis to Renz. Renz back to Randy. Randy spins off his man. Gets a double team. They left Clinton open again for three. In and out. Rebound Masalari. Ooh, he almost traveled. And a timeout will be called by Coach Kowalski. So with that timeout, we'll take a 30-second break. Wendy will come back with the non-conference bell between St. Joe and Plymouth has gotten very interesting. Tied up at 48-5 all with 2 minutes to go here in the game.
Only 3 points this quarter for St. Joe as we've really tightened up the defense.
Richter will kick it out to the wing. Almost stolen by Davis as it goes out of bounds. Good job by Randy.
They had 41 at half. No, excuse me, they had 38 at half.
Off the inbound, Masalari has a back door. Randy stole it. It was intended for Franzik, and Randy was right there in the passing lane. Randy with it now, one-on-one. Try to kick it out to Renz. Does. Wendell shot fake three to Randy. Randy tries to split the zone. Cannot. Will get the ball back. Now in the Renz. Renz skipped it to the wing. Wendell. Looking back to the top. Jason down to a minute 35 to go here in this game. Tied up at 45 all. Randy pulls back out. No count.
Yeah, we're trying to get them out of this zone to see if they'll come out of it. If they won't, then we may just hold until the last shot.
No count yet. Now they give him a count. No count. Now they're going to call a count. And now it's over to Chad Clinton. Right back to Randy. There's a count.
Pretty lenient on their counts. There's a lot of space there.
Down to 1 minute to go in the game. Tied up at 45. The count again begins. Now to Jacob Palmer who pops out. Back to Randy. And the count begins again. Randy looking. Randy saying, hey, where's the space at?
That's right.
There's so much space here. Why are you counting? Randy back with it.
Yeah, the crowd's really going to get loud now. And this is what, when you're a star, this is what you have to work through.
Yep. Second free throw by Artie on its way. And it's up. That breaks the tie. 46-45, Plymouth. 2.5 left, St. Joe basketball. In overtime. Johnson marked up in the backcourt by Randy. Avoids the trap. Now Pawlowski. He's going to dribble in baseline. Kicked it out. Caught by Masalari. Off a double team. Worked to McClintock. He's at the high elbow. Pawlowski for three. Short. Rebound. Boy, Masalari gave up. He had a chance to get it. And Plymouth ends up with it.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Randy splits the defense. He's not fouled on his way to the bucket. Now off the rebound. Here comes St. Joe. Down to 2 minutes to go. 1 point lead Plymouth. Here's Johnson. Oh, that could have been a carry.
That could have been a carry.
No call called. Here we go. Johnson stays with it on the right angle out high. Picked up by Palmer. Clinton there on the help if need be. Now it's a one-on-one with Clinton. Johnson keeps the basketball. Gets screened off of it. Johnson goes to the corner. Pawlowski to the cutter. McClintock slips. Got away with a possible walk. Goes up a short jumper. Missed it. Masalari's rebound as he fell down. He missed the shot. No one was around him. He just fell down.
Lost his balance coming down. Good lower body push by Plymouth. And no foul call. Now we have the lead and the ball, so you're going to see a set on this baby.
With a minute 22 left.
They got to go man-to-man here, I would assume, and they do.
We killed off a minute and a half in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
We'll do it here in overtime with a 1-point lead. We'll stretch it out, says Chad Clinton.
Yeah, this is a team that is used to playing the stretch and running the clock, and they've got the 1-point lead now.
And St. Joe is just content with letting it go.
Wide open three and missed it, and then there's a quick foul now. They're going to put Palmer at the line.
Well, Jacob from the free throw line is 57% this season, so they fouled statistically the right guy.
They sure did.
Quite frankly, though, Jacob Palmer can hold his own. Now with 55 seconds left, these are some big free throws.
Yeah, and then, obviously St. Joe knows how well we handle the ball, so they decide to foul quick. Give them time to get back down the court.
Free throw is up. Good! That boy, Jake. 47-45 as some ice in the veins of Jake Palmer makes this a 2-point difference.
Jake 0 for 2 going into that free throw. That's how cool this guy is.
Jake has got another free throw coming. It's up. It's off the rim. No good. Messalari's rebound. And Johnson will take it for St. Joe. Well, will they win it with a three or try to tie it? We don't know because they call a timeout. So they're going to set it up here. Well, knowing the aggressiveness of Kurowski, you got one of the probably Northern Indiana's best outside shooters in Pulowski there. He might go for the win. Coolness of the Plymouth Pilgrims could come into play. Here's Pulowski on the left wing side. He's going to dribble into the free throw line. Got by with a layup and scored.
Like Clinton with a layup. Tie ball game. They went for the quick shot.
Well, that may work in Plymouth's hands. With 38 seconds left, Plymouth will try to win the ball game here. Renz to Clinton. Now back to Renz. No count on him. St. Joe student body up and making noise. Davis to Renz. 22 seconds left.
St. Joe went back.
Here we go.
Went back to the 2-3 zone. Can you believe that? They went back to the 2-3 zone.
15 seconds left, and the count will now begin on Clinton. Get it over to Randy. Now to Palmer. 9 seconds. 8 seconds. To Randy. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Randy kicked it to the window at the buzzer of the game. Off the rim. We're going to overtime again.
Window just a little off. Got the shot off that we wanted. We've seen it all year long, Tony. Randy penetrates and then kicks it to the far corner underneath the basket.
Well, Massolari and Jacob Palmer will tip off again.
I want to steal one of these tips.
Let's see if we can. Jacob tipped it, but it's to St. Joe.
That was really unusual.
I think Massolari's a little tired.
And he didn't even go up, yeah.
Handling the basketball, Johnson now into Pulowski's hands. Trying to get into the big body. There's Massolari turning around. Step out of bounds. Great defense by Palmer. Oh, no, he's not. Called a foul?
Called a foul on Palmer. Wow, that's a tough call there. That was just a good move and good defense. Palmer's fourth. Yeah, because that was right below us. That's his fourth.
I had the bird's eye view there. I'm trying to figure out what he did. All right, well, some big free throws here by the big guy who has been solid today.
8 for 8. That's solid in my book.
And the first free throw here.
Legs are getting tired now, Tony. It's been a long game for him.
And that one's good. But he even has a sigh of relief on his face.
Yeah, I couldn't talk him out of that one. I know what it feels like when you're a big man bouncing around there and you play, now you're in a second overtime, but he still hits the free throw.
Here comes the free throw. It is up, and that is good.
Wow, great legs, great free throws. Nice job.
2-point lead here for St. Joe, 49-47. Randy Davis on the right baseline. He's shut down. Back out to Chad Clinton, over to Palmer. Now to Renz. Chad will pop out and handle the basketball now. Chad playing with 4 fouls. Randy Davis with it on the right wing side to Chad. Around the window. Jared gets it in the post-up play. Randy underneath the Palmer for 2.
That's the play I wanted for the end of the game, but that one worked there.
Tied up at 49 all. 49-49 with 3:14 to go here in the second overtime. Johnson wants a one-on-one. Hops into the lane. Layup score. Wow. Well, you had Renz and Clinton, the only 2 defenders who were going to try to stop him. They both got foul trouble.
His first 2 of the second half, we really shut him down this half.
Clinton will go to Davis. Randy will pull it out with under 3 to go here in the second overtime. Randy to the right side, Clinton. Now Palmer dropped the ball, got it back out to Chad. Now to Randy.
Flash somebody in the middle there.
There goes Wendell. He'll pop out to the top of the key instead. Around the Renz. Now to Palmer. Palmer skips it, corner, pass deflected, Randy saved it. Randy goes for the baseline kick, out to Renz, shot fake three, gets to the elbow, kicked it up left wing, shot fake three, Clinton, back out to Randy. He goes for a shot fake, goes in for the drive, bumped it off to Palmer. His shot fake walk.
Altarelli came over the block and Palmer walked. Now they have a 2-point lead and the ball.
Now that's what Jacobs just got to live or die there and just
go with a timeout.
Would have been in Jake's best interest just to go up against Fonzik. Will be inbounding. Johnson is a lone man in the backcourt now, flashing to McClintock, but it's going to be Johnson getting it. He'll get by Randy, dump it up to McClintock, pressure this guy. Just got the pass out to Fonzik, not to Johnson.
Now they got it where they want. They're going to try to, nope, I thought we were going to try to trap him to get it out of his hands, but it's out of his hands anyway.
Jason comes up on Fonzik to get a count.
High pick and roll again.
Now worked over to Johnson. Johnson. Now to the top.
High pick and roll.
And the ball is deflected away. It's loose on the ground. And a jump ball call. Lose possession. Plymouth ball. Plymouth ball. So that backfires on Coach Kurowski and St. Joe.
And Plymouth now has a chance to either tie or go ahead with a three. A break for Plymouth there as we force a turnover.
Now we got to score. Minute 45 to go in the second overtime.
St. Joe with the lead, stays in the zone.
51-49 your score. This is Palmer. Around Clinton, now to Wendell. Couldn't find the backdoor lob. Now work to Randy. That backdoor lob play, I don't know if I want that right now.
No, I want
to the right side, Wendell.
So they're trying to flash Randy in the middle now so he can make a spin move to the basket if he gets it.
Randy avoids some traffic. They pressured him a little bit. Now he kicked it out to Renz, the Wendell, down to minute 15.
Comes Randy in the middle again.
Randy almost walked to the basketball. Randy tries to jump through, kicks it off to Renz. Now flashing to Palmer, right side. Randy, a three on the way. Randy hits a three! 52-51, Plymouth with 1 minute to go in the game. They call a triangle play. So that means the set will start from the top of the key.
It's going to be a high pick and roll again.
This is Johnson with the ball. 40 seconds for St. Joe. Down to McClintock. McClintock spins away his pass. Caught now to Fonzik over to Johnson. 30 seconds. St. Joe trailing by 1. 52-51, and now a timeout called by St. Joe. Randy Davis again comes up with a huge shot.
Yeah, that was NBA too. That was probably, I would say, at least 18 to 20 in. Marcelelli can rebound his missed shot.
Inbound in front of the student body right near the timeline for St. Joe. They stack up and now peeling off as Johnson will grab in the backcourt. St. Joe looking to win the ball game in the final seconds of this one. Johnson looking, there's Pulaski. Pulaski slips by 1. Oh, he just got the pass off to Johnson with 14 seconds left. Johnson, 10 seconds. He's the money man. Johnson dribbles in. Dribbles to the air. He did not get away with it. They got him. Randy Davis' defense again making a difference.
And they're going to foul as soon as we touch the ball here. And they know that. Everybody's going to get up on the Plymouth man. Whoever gets the ball is going to get fouled because 2 free throws still makes this a 3-point game. So we want Chad Clinton to get this, obviously. I think he's the most calm free throw shooter we have.
And it's to Jason Renz. Back over to Randy. He's killing off time. Finally fouled with 5 seconds left.
Nice job of passing the ball to burn a few seconds. Burned about 3 seconds there. So if he hits both, St. Joe will only have 5.2 seconds to get a 3 off. But that was just great one-on-one defense between 2 great point guards. And Marcus Johnson went up against Randy Davis, and Randy Davis won that battle. And they didn't give Marcus any help. You got 4 other kids out there that set a screen, couple screens. A lot of things you could have done there besides let Marcus go one-on-one, but that's what they tried to do, and we shut it down.
These are still some big free throws here for Randy Davis. Here comes the first one. And it's up, it's out! 52-51 still. Fonzic's going to jump back in for Alvarado. 5 seconds is still way too much time to get the ball to court.
Well,
now Jack Edison's going to call a timeout.
Now the most we can do is a 2-point lead, Tony, where a 3 wins it for him. Tip out on a miss, if it does miss. Randy 1 for 4 in this fourth quarter.
The junior eyes flies and hits that one. 53-51. St. Joe's Johnson will be inbounding here. With 5 seconds left, Randy Davis in his space. Got the pass off to McClintock. They didn't start the clock. They haven't started the clock. They have not started the clock. They get it out of the way. It's going to be no good. It's going to be no good. They have not started the clock. They did not start the clock.
The clock did not run.
The clock did not run.
Yep.
Look at the clock.
They're going to blow that whole play off because the
whole play is going to be blown off because that clock did not run.
Yeah.
That clock did not start at all.
Nope.
They're saying it only took him 1 second to get down court, and it did not.
Yeah, now he's putting some time off of it, but there was no time off of it when he hit that shot. So the starter button either didn't work or he didn't push it. But now the officials want everybody at the sideline so they can talk over exactly what happened.
There should be no time left on that clock.
Yeah, I don't know how
absolutely none.
I don't know how you decide this as an official. How would you possibly do it as an official? Because
there should be no time.
You know, you don't have any idea if he shot that within the 5.4 seconds or not.
Larry, 5 seconds, that's 6 seconds went off the clock for sure.
Yeah, so they made a decision already. It's pretty unusual. Basket good.
Oh, they counted it!
Well, now they're going to what? Now they're going to put time back on the clock? Well, he's still not over. They're telling the fans to get off the floor because I think there's still time left.
What a travesty has just taken place. A travesty has just taken place here.
And this is going to be the last game of a very...
These officials have completely missed this, but now they put 15 seconds on the clock?
No, it can't be 15. So they're going to have like 3.2 or something left on the clock. They're going to get...
In all fairness of the game, people, I'm telling you right now, this is a travesty.
Now they got .02 up there. Now they got 1.6. So Jack's still trying to get an explanation. And they did just what we thought. Pawlowski did get the shot off.
Larry, I was watching the clock.
No, it never moved. I agree with you.
It did not move for 6 seconds.
It's a shame for St. Joe it didn't because he could have hit that with 1 left or it could have been none. I don't know.
No, when that shot went here from the court, Larry, it was 0. It should have been 0.
Well, Ty's blessed to know that when it never ran. But you're right. That's a shame that it didn't run for both teams, I think, because it ends a long series between these two teams. It ends it on a very negative note. Plymouth about to have 1.5 seconds to get the ball down and get a shot off. Now, you know, all we need is 1 point to tie.
They had 5 seconds to come up the court, Larry. They made one pass. Johnson got here.
Dribbled twice. And then threw it to
Pawlowski. Okay, now we're down to at least 2 seconds max. The clock didn't even start. The clock did not even start.
I understand.
That shot did not get off till well after 5 seconds. Well, Plymouth has got 1.5 seconds. They throw the Hail Mary, intercepted, game over. And what a shame.
The student body rushes the floor.
And what a complete shame.
St. Joe has beaten Plymouth.